Today we're going to do something different. I'm going to show you what we have in our go bags. These are the things that we offer at Emergency Ready 1, 2, 3. And this is what we're trying to get you to equip yourself with in case an emergency comes your way. This is the minimum recommended. We have a ready to go. This is all MREs. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. And then we have a couple of these cans. And then we have our go-to bags. And they're all ready to go. A couple of chairs. So this is our gear. This is our grab in an instant of emergency and go. In there, we have enough to live for a few days. And we're gonna see what's in them here in a minute. All right, we are 2 adults and 1 daughter. She's kind of small. So those are her bags. This is what she's responsible for taking with her if something should happen. And there's food, utensils, water, water purification tablets, stuff to make your water taste better, hand warmers, and 3 good-sized MREs, as well as a tent. This is a survival tent that is thermal protection. So this is a poncho in case of rain, some lanyards, an emergency blanket, lights, more lights. And so this is what she can take in a moment notice. This is our young daughter. She's small. And this box that she's also responsible for taking is all of our medical supplies. There's water filtration for filtering water, sutures, an LED pen to signal. These are tourniquets. These are compressor bandages. More bandages. You just never know. You don't need them until you do. More cloth to pack in case there's a trauma and bleeding, etc. Gloves. Sun motoring that fell out of a box. Pins. Gotta have those. And on this side, we have iodine to disinfect if we need to. It's sealed. Instructions if you need to perform some on-field surgery. Those are water flavorings. all the tools. in case you need to do surgery. And by surgery I mean, you know, suture up a wound shot, more water flavoring. And more refined suture and suturing systems. And an extremely sharp scalpel. So this is what our daughter would carry out. Next up, these are a little heavier. And these are made into two pieces. The first piece is the main sack, and then there's this other compartment that can come off, and you can carry it as a belt pack that you can then, once you're stationed, you don't need to carry everything. But you can carry but the most basic and emergency ready things. Matches, more water purification and flavoring, and warmers. These are the ones that you bend and shake, and then they get really warm because you get, you know, cut outside. On this pocket, we have a compass. You need to know how to use these things, but first you must have them. You can tell inclinations, and you can keep yourself oriented. Some must have. They typically come with instructions, so get them and learn how to use them, because in the worst case scenario you may have to do with a map and a GPS without GPS, and so these are all skills that pay off if the modern day is not working for you. You gotta have a flashlight. And then on the inside, some gloves, a poncho, a little tent, blanket, rope so you can hang your tent, and some light. In case the flashlight stops working, you can use some of these in emergency. They're the ones that you break, shake. And so this is for once you are set up in camp and you need to go someplace for some reason. You take your little pack with you, and you are still able to protect yourself. Now, in the main pack, you can see there's a computer, spotlights on.
Okay.
In the main pack, you can see that I have a lot of carabiners and the like, because, you know, you need to tie things up to trees, etc., to create your shelters. There's also all these side packs that we'll go through first. In case you forget things, you gotta have a little handbook how to do the most basic things, right? How to make knots, how to, anything that you need to figure out how to make and you don't know how to make, it's right there in that little book. Then there's this other pack down here. And in this pack, they all come off. They all have a button that you can just take them off and get them off the pack. Here we have more bandages and compressors. If somebody passes out for whatever reason, you need to wake them up. And this is all sorts of sutures and disinfection packs and analgesics, neosporin. Band-aids, gauze, anything you would need to clean a small wound, it's in here. A lot of these items are vacuum sealed and compressed so that they take a lot less room. And so, good thing about that is until you need them, they occupy very little room. But if you use them, then they inflate sometimes and they take a lot more room. So I like these little packs. They're nice and modular, and you can disconnect them as you need them, or you can leave them all there. Water. This one is empty. The idea is here I'm gonna put ammunition and other more direct ways to keep alive. This pack, another flashlight, because you want to have one in the fanny pack that you take with you, and you want to have one in your main pack. These are great. I carry a compass on my watch at all times, and this is a watch that can take a licking and keep on ticking. And these are phenomenal, but these are also good. For whatever reason your watch quits working or whatever, you can tighten these ones on your wrist, and now you have a small tool and a way to attach things. A knife, careful with that, it's sharp, and a compass. These are candles. These are great little candles. They last forever. They're wind resistant. They open up and they have a glass. And so they're very good items to have. Highly recommend them. You can hang them on your tent, or don't recommend you sleep with them because depending how well sealed your tent is, it could take the oxygen. These are some seals. More lights, flares of a sort. You saw the water up. Little slinkies. ties. You know, sometimes you want to use ties, sometimes you want to use rope, depending. More warmers, you just don't know where you're going to. And normally, right now they're being recycled, I have a change of clothes here. A full change of clothes. Because if you get wet, you need to be dry, or you can run into a bad situation. Now these backpacks are not very expensive at all, and you can find them all in our site, or follow the link from our website. And in here, this is currently not active, but this is a pouch that you fill with water, and this backpack has a hose that comes out through the back. I'll show it to you in a minute. And you can drink from the pouch. So you can carry the water in the pouch and drink from it. Little axe. You have to have a hatchet of some kind. A good, nice Bowie knife. You just don't know when you're going to need something to, build shelter or create kindle for your fire, etc. So, good Bowie knife. Then, of course, food. There's MREs, literally for days. You have to have at least 3 days. And then there's some, I carry 4 days here. And then I have utensils if you need them. With this kind of MRE, you don't really need utensils. They are very good, and they have warmers, etc. And so things that are notoriously not present are weapons. We live in Texas, and we are licensed to carry, and so the weapon of choice would be what we carry. And so, like I said, on this pocket that's over here, that's where the ammunition goes, and that's to support the weapon that we carry. Both me and my wife are licensed. And this is the heaviest of them all. Same principle, water, lots of carbines, a lot of tie-ups, more things to clip things into the bag. Same principle, leather gloves, poncho, and this is 3D printed, but it is super loud. It is 160 decibels. It's very, very loud. And then with the knife and any metal object, you can strike this and create fire. Here's the compass. Here's the flashlight, rope, headlamp, because when you're in camp, you want to be able to see what you're doing. And in here, in the main pocket of the fanny pack, we have our usual suspects. We have water purification and water flavoring, more flares, and that is light source, a tent, warmers, this is a filtration system, that you just put it up to the water source and pump it. It filters by osmosis. So this together with the tablets, and you don't have to worry about dying of thirst if there's water around you. Each of us has a way to filter water, stay dry, stay sheltered, stay warm, either by being in one of those thermal blankets and by stirring up one of those warming agents. All right, now on this side we have more medical. Each pack has at minimum the same things: compression, gauzes, a way to suture, and band-aids. So from minor to somewhat major. And if it's necessary, then we have the medical kit over there that I showed you, which has the scalpels and the suturing and all of that. And then on this side, on the top, we've got our radio. This radio is sorry, it's super hot and I'm winded. It can recharge with solar. It has batteries. You can also crank it. You can see the light turns red when it's charging. So we're gonna turn it off and give it a few taps. Doesn't matter which direction you crank it, it charges. And clearly, my batteries aren't where they should be. And so I apologize for that. I need to replace this. So don't do that, because I would be cranking this guy for a while. Let's find out how long it takes.
Addiction for a good addiction in many cases. but an addiction nonetheless. There's no celebrating.
So that's a dedicated band for weather. If there's anything happening, it'll come through here. So there. That's how cool these little guys are. So you saw it as I would encounter it in an emergency, out of power, and you crank it and it works. And this thing can save your life. I don't know if there's power for the light now. Yeah, the light is telling me no. But, okay. I don't know how long that's going to stay on. But, yeah, so how cool is that? I mean, crank it, it works. So get one of these things. This is probably one of those purchases that I will never regret having, because you just saw it in action, how it would be in an emergency. Just crank it for a few moments and you got some time to get information. Okay, now on the bottom pockets over here, these are all detachable. I got my candle, like on the other pack, and these are awesome. You can see that I've used it, but it still has a long way to go. To exchange this, they unscrew from the bottom and they come out. There's the glass protection for the wind. There's super good insurance, and you gotta have one of these. Let's see. What have I not? Oh, the inside of this one. So what's inside here? They have a lot of binding belts, but trust me, you want them. They help the things stay together. More light. You can never have enough light, is my idea. Utensils. This is some clothing, a towel, compressed on a vacuum. Another Bowie knife. You gotta have these things. You just don't know, right? You can get food with these things. You can defend yourself with these things. You can create fire with these things. Plenty of these. Another hatchet. Can't underscore how important hatchets are. And there's some jeans. This is my wife's pack. So these are her jeans and her shirt. Like I said, mine would have it too, but they're currently being changed. I've lost a lot of weight, and so. And then of course there's the hose that I was talking about, that you can drink from. This pouch that you can fill up and then take it with you as you move along with your backpack. So these are very convenient little packs, and they're well stocked to keep us fed, sheltered, dry, healthy, hydrated. in case we have to just grab the bags and run. You know, it's you just don't know. And so rather than wonder, having little gadgets like this is very important. Everything has carabiners, so everything can just hang. These things, just nice little solar panels. And with these solar panels, you can charge your phone, your tablets, whatever. We've got all the charger types. And nothing's easier than to just hang this right there, and that's it. You're done. And so I have an assortment of them, and also these. These are important in case of fires or in case of whatever you think may occur. You want to have something like this. You want to be able to stop dust, and you want to be able to stop gases and chemicals. You want to be able to stop everything. So, absolutely, you must have one of these as well. Last but not least, a hatchet. A shovel. This little shovel is pretty awesome. You just, unfold it. And it's got its telescopic grips. You can make it at any length that you want. And it's got a sharp edge and a serrated. So you got a sharp edge. This is not incredibly, but it'll chop, and serrations. And it's in a neat small little package that you can take with you and use if you need it. Anyway, so I figure I'd give you a little tour of the things that me and my family have. In case we need to leave, here we have hurricane warnings, a lot of watches and warnings, and last year Beryl came through, and it tore up the electric infrastructure in Houston. It just destroyed it, and we were without power for 17 days. So we have a gasoline power generator. How does this go? Sometimes the hardest thing of these devices is figuring out how to put them back into their packages. And it just tore up the infrastructure here in town. It just destroyed it all. It knocked down trees. Like I said, 2 weeks, no power. And little Westinghouse power generator saved our food in the fridge. We would run it for a few hours during the day, and then we were disciplined how we accessed the stuff in it. And then at night we just let it, we just shut it off. And we didn't lose anything. We kept everything. It wasn't until about 2 days that we could go and replenish our gasoline for the generator. And luckily we had a few cans stored up, so that when the need came, we were well prepared for it, and we didn't suffer. We were able to run our fans because it was in the middle of summer, and the temperature here in Houston can reach above 100, and so you want to be able to keep your food from spoiling, and you want to keep yourself from evaporating in your house. Sadly, we lost some lives here in Houston because of the storm. And they were all heat stroke related, and one person did get crushed by a falling tree. Yeah, that was sad. These packs are so cool. They have all these little pockets here on the sides where you can loop the belts through. And then you clip them, snap them in place. And that's it. So once you're in place, once you're in your location, you unclip, get the things out where you need them, and you can manage what you're carrying at the time that you need to move. And by building these little modules, these little packs, and then you can go and look for wood and food and other things that you might need. And they're all made with this modularity online, so you don't need to carry your entire inventory every time you go anywhere. Anyway, this is what we are up to, guys. It's a first-hand experience of what can happen when we saw Beryl coming. It was uncertain whether it was gonna hit the city or not. We really didn't know. It kept flirting with disappearing, but then in the end it did come at the city, and it went right above our house. Luckily, by the time it came through here, it was a tropical depression, but still had some pretty heavy sustained winds, and it tore up a lot of trees, and the area did look like a disaster zone. But we made it just fine. A couple of houses down the line here didn't do quite as well. Trees did hit them and broke them, but we were blessed in that sense, and we made it out unscathed, and we had the resources. I'm going to show you the generator. And so here's the generator. You have to make sure that it is well stored. If you use it, make sure that you take out the oil, and make sure that not the oil, but make sure that the fuel is completely clear of the lines, etc. This one can run on propane and can run in gasoline. So we have 3 cans of gas, and they're full, and they're treated so that the gas doesn't get spoiled. I use this to stabilize the fuel, and that came in very handy when the hurricane went through here. And so strongly advise you to get something like that and have fuel. It runs longer on that than on this, but you never know if that's going to continue to be available. And so you want to be able to run different kinds of fuel. So there you have it. That's what we want to encourage you to do in Emergency Ready 1, 2, 3. So now I'll let the AI voice close the video. Thanks for listening.
To learn more and to get equipped, follow the links in the description and go to emergencyready123.com.